Okay, here we are on New Moon Day here in Cooterville, and as I said in the video yesterday, we had some forecasted bad weather coming in, so the rain hasn't moved in yet, but as you can see here, the clouds, there's plenty of clouds. The sun has already appeared based on the time, but as you can see, we can't see the actual sun itself. We zoom around here too. We're not going to even be able to catch the moon in the western horizon there. Anyway, we're going to take this inside, and we're going to try to, for the folks that have a hard time going out and observing the sun and moon, you know, I get out on a regular basis and take a look at the sun and moon throughout the month, and that kind of gives me an idea when our new moon's day is going to be for our area. So that's what my video tried to convey yesterday. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go in and look at some computer apps, and for the folks that can't get outside and do this, or they're in an area where they're limited in viewing the horizon. I'm in hilly country, but I'm real close to seeing the actual horizon here. So anyway, I have a pretty good easy time here at my property. So just bear with me, and we'll get inside and take a look at the apps that y'all can use. Okay, here we are on my computer. The first app that I use is called Stellarium. So if you don't have that on your computer, I believe it's a free app. So all you need to do is go to your browser, put in Stellarium.org. Okay, so it pulls this up. Now, if you want to add it to your computer, depending on what operating system you have, it even does Linux, does the Mac book, it does the Windows. Mine is actually a Windows 64-bit, so that's what I use there. You can also just do the Stellarium on the web. And so this is how you find it, and then you can upload any of these to whatever specific computer you have. But I've already got mine open that I have on my computer here. And so if you want to find the location, if you move over here to the left, wherever you're located. Now, the closest larger city to me is Longview, Texas. That's where my wife does her shopping. So, and you can see here on the map of the world, it gives you, so wherever you're at in the world, you can either put your latitude, longitude in if you have that information, and even your elevation, which that matters, that it knows your elevation. But I'm pulling up Longview here. So once you get that area chosen out for your specific area, you can close this, and then you can go to date and time here. And as you can see, the clock is ticking here. Now it's going to have, doesn't have Yahuwah's days on here, but it has the beastly papal system Gregorian calendar here. So this is what the world goes by. So this operating system, regrettably, will have to base it on their dates here. But anyway, that's how you pull up the date, and you can move this around. You can put it wherever it's most convenient for you. Sometimes I keep it there. I move it around occasionally. It just depends. Then here, if we look at your view and how you want to select everything, you can move your horizon up or down. So if you want to move it down, you can go down here to the stereographic down at the bottom. And move it to what level you want it at. I just keep mine at 0, just basically centered. Now I do like the markings here. I use the horizon here. This gives you the little green line, just in case you're not using a landscape. Right now you see the landscape just looks like a regular area with trees and grass and such. But I like the ocean. A friend of mine showed me the ocean, and I seem to like the ocean the best because if you're out on the ocean, that'd be the easiest way to view the lights above with no land around, no hills. You just have the ocean itself. So also a couple more things here you can do. So if you want to take out the atmosphere, this is actually take out the earth portion or the ocean. So you click on this, that takes away, and that green line that I checked earlier that was in the view, that's that green line right there. And if you want to take out the atmosphere, you can take out the atmosphere. And depending on if you want to look south or north. Now, normally when I'm viewing the moon, coming, it depends on where it's coming up at. But if I go out in the midst of the day or night, depending on where the moon is, I'm usually viewing south. But even at that, I enjoy doing the north much better. As you can see here, you have the what they call the Big Dipper here, and I believe in Scripture it's possibly Aish or Ash. The word in Job 38:32. You can take a look at that. But if you want to find the star Abib, this star here, Spica, it actually means a ear of grain. So if you look that word up or look the star up, that's what that name means, Spica, ear of grain. Well, the word in Hebrew that means ear of grain is Abib. So Abib is actually a star, and it's just they've changed the name to a modern name today. It's called Spica, but anciently it was called Abib. So this is how we know when the beginning of our years are, is we find the Big Dipper that they call it today. I call it Aish, and then you follow the handle through Arcturus here to Spica. So I believe these are all same constellation. I just think if you look up constellation, I think it's just a group of stars. So we'll be looking at this more closely coming at the beginning of the year. But I do take a look at it throughout the month just to see where the stars are there. All right, so we'll go on. We'll get our horizon level. You can scroll in, scroll out. I scroll out all the way. And right now the clock is still ticking here, so if you want to stop the clock, you just hit this play key right here. Anytime you move your mouse down here to the bottom, you can get to this screen here. And I click on the sun first, and I'll bring it back to approximately when the day began. And if you look to your left here, I've clicked on the sun. And you can see the altitude it's got the azimuth, which is showing it's at 105 degrees on the 360 degree mark on Earth. But it's coming up here at the, I'm trying to bring it down to the just about 0 here. And then if I go to my seconds there, bring it down. And this is one way I do it. It's the simplest way I do it. And I like trying to keep things simple as possible. We bring it down. We're just below right there according to this. But even at this, if you'll look here at what it says, if I click on that sun and I go here and I put center on selected object, watch here, you can actually bring that sun up large like that. And then I can even back it off here. And as you can see, it's showing below the horizon. But that's when the sun is touching the horizon there. So if I back out, and again, that's the longer way to do it if you're going to use this app to help find your new moon day. But once we do that, we look here at the the moon, and you look over here, and we're at plus 2 degrees, 0.12 something. I don't know all that what them numbers, but it's just above 2 degrees. So the moon is above the horizon as the sun, and its rays radiate over to the, and to kind of give you an idea of the radiation, if you put the atmosphere back in, you can see the sun is radiating over to the moon, and you can actually see that in the atmosphere. But what's neat about this app, it kind of does it itself, because if you look here, if I go back several minutes, it'll lose that radiation of the sun's beams over toward the moon. So if you just, so I enjoy using this app. It's not 100% accurate, but it's probably one of the most accurate apps that I use. But this is the first one. I use several. If I can't see the sun and moon, the lights of the moon, there's no problem with that. I just come in and get to my apps and do it from there. So I'm going to take the atmosphere back out of there, and now I'm going to go back to the sun, and I'm going to bring that up, my altitude up to closer to 0, and we're going to go back. We're going to get it above. We're going to get it in the plus as though it's above the horizon. Oh, there we go. And there we go. So we click back on the moon, and we look at the moon, and it's showing here plus 1.57 degrees. So if we center on that moon, we can pull it in, and we can see it's on the stellarium map. It's well above the horizon, and that's by my video yesterday. That was approximately where the moon was. It was right around 2 degrees yesterday, and as you could see, you could still clearly see the moon above the horizon. But yet the sun yesterday was the 4th Sabbath of the 10th month, so we were not able to see the sun and moon together. But you would never see that on the 4th Sabbath, as long as you've observed your proper new moon. So this is Stellarium map. If anybody has any questions, you can reach out to me. I'll put my email address in the information box, and you can email me. I'll even provide my phone number if you want to text or call and talk to me about any of these. But this is just how I've done it for the last several years, and I didn't get this up on my own. I've had other people that I've studied with over the last several years that I believe Michael Shabbat told me about this Stellarium app and helped me get it loaded on my deal, and actually trained me on how to use it and such. So I'm appreciative to them for that. And but anyway, this is the Stellarium map. So let's take a look at some other ways. Another wonderful thing, and this is just right on the your computer. It's called mooncalc.org, and again, you can choose the city. So I chose a larger city to me, but you can also put in your longitude and latitude down here, which I've done before. You can also put your height in, which is very valuable to use if you're trying to use, if you can't see the lights yourself and you don't have a good horizon to find this moon calc. And I believe Michael and myself were maybe discovered this together one day when we were trying to find other things that we could verify the lights in the celestial calendar of Yahuwah. And this was one of them, and it's a great operating website for doing that. So what it does, it puts you, it centers you right here, but if you put in your exact location, so if you wanted to move here and you lived up in this area, or you wanted to go here, it's gonna put you in that area there, and then you can simply right here, you can either use your mouse to pull this back and forth. And if you see this this shade here, this is basically the sun's light. So as you can see, the sun is still kind of to the south, so you're going to get that slanted line. So this is due east right here, but because the sun is more, it's south of what they call the equator, or more its circuit is close, outside of that equator circle, you're going to get the shadow coming in at a slant like this. So if I use my left and right buttons here, as you can see, I added a minute to the sun up. So right here you can look at 7:06, and I'm at Central Time Zone. This is Universal Time Coordinated time here, and I'm -6 in my location. Again, that's man's time zone, so again, we have to depend on them just a little bit, but Yahuwah's lights are truly our timing system and our calendar system. And then today's date is here. So if I hit the left scroll button, I pull it back to 7:05 a.m. And as you can see in my location, that would be verifying this sunrise. If I go back a minute earlier, and let's just say if I scroll out here and make a larger area, and we'll go even further. So there we go. I'm just going backwards in time. 7:03 a.m., 7:02 a.m. So where we get it, or where I put it, is where that sun first appears in my area. And if you look over here to the altitude of the moon, it's at 2.23 degrees. So it's still above the horizon. Now, another thing I want you to watch here is this right here on the left is the position of the moon. Not by scale, of course, but anyway, if you move this, look at what happens to the moon. That's when it goes below the horizon right there. So as you can see over there, it's like 0.31 degrees below the horizon. So if we come back in time, it's 0.15 there. Again, it's not going to be perfectly accurate, but there we are. It's still above the horizon. So this line here, I believe, is when it's right on the horizon. That's what I've kind of learned over the years, is what that is. But again, it's another good tool that you can use. Timeanddate.com is another website that you can use. You can go to timeanddate.com. You can go here to your sun and moon. You can choose sunrise and sunset times here. You can put your location in for like mine's Longview, Texas, but if y'all want to put in your particular city in your area, again, it's got the U.S. map here. It does do the whole Earth, so wherever you're located, even if you're not in the continental United States area, you can put in cities from outside of here and get it. But I put in Longview, and that's approximately where Longview is here. Scroll down to today's date, and we can see here that sunrise is at 7 a.m. So this moon calc showed it at approximately, well, we move that back here to, there we go, to 7:05. So 7:05 on moon calc. So, and I did move this to a different location too, so that has something to do with that. So even if you're just a little bit east or a little bit of west, your sunrise is possibly going to be a few seconds or even a couple minutes different than somebody else in their location. So go back to the sunrise. Timeanddate.com are showing 7 a.m. Here. So that's when the sun appeared. And if we go to timeanddate.com, and you can go here and choose the moon calculator here. You scroll down, again, put in your Longview area. Again, I've got it located there, or whichever area you're in. and here's the date. So the moon didn't set until 6:19. So that verifies, because the sun appeared at 7 a.m. here, and then the moon didn't set until 7:19. That means the moon actually ruled the night that night. You also got another app here that we can use. This is called Luna SoCal. The moon set showing here for Longview. I've got Longview put in. It's agreeing with timeanddate.com. So no, it's not agreeing with. Yes, it is. Okay, it is agreeing with timeanddate.com. So timeanddate.com. This app probably gets their information from timeanddate.com or wherever timeanddate.com's main times of sunset and sunrise and moonset and moonrise happen. So again, you can see the moon set here. This is not scale, so that moon is still above this horizon here. But it is nice to know that the moon took a more northerly route. It wasn't a southerly route like it was earlier in the month. It took a real northerly route in its circuit last night. And if you go to your left here, go to the top left, and you can look up your main times here. So you got Longview here, you got sunrise at 7 a.m. and moonset at 7:19. So again, there's information that would let you know that your moon is still appearing as your sun appears. If you go back a day before when I made the video yesterday, in Longview, the sunrise is 7:01. The moon set was 7:42, so it was 19 minutes before the sun actually rose. And I think the video did a good job of showing that yesterday, which I knew by that video and being able to look at the sun and moon through the whole month that we were probably going to have a 29-day month. So verified that with the video yesterday. But today, if you didn't have that video and you just wanted to verify if you're on New Moon Day with your area, this is the way you would do it there. All right, and then just the close out here, guys. These are the scriptures that I began with to let me know that, look, we're not supposed to depend on just one light. We're supposed to have at least 2 lights, and then for the year we have to have at least 3 or more to let us know when our year begins. So if we read here in Genesis 1:14 through 1:18, it says, "And the Almighty said, Let lights come in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and appointed times, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth. And it came to be so. And the Almighty made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, which is obvious, that's the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night." And last night, that's what the lesser light did. The moon, it's a great light. It's the same size in the sky as the sun. It's just not as intensive of a light, but it's still a great light when it rules the night. And that's when that moon is new moon. That's a new full moon. And then, of course, and the lesser light to rule the night and the stars. And the Almighty set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And the Almighty saw that it was good. So Yahuwah tells us that we're supposed to go back to the ancient ways. And this is as close as we can get back to the beginning that I know of, to let us know that these lights are for us. So anyway, I hope this video helps. If anybody has any questions or comments, please do. Please like the video, because if you like it, it helps the algorithm where more people will maybe get to see it, because I do post these to the public. And maybe more folks will get to see this that might be out there searching for the proper calendar to go by and such. So anyway, everybody have a great day. We're going to have a wonderful new moon day here, and y'all bless you all. Hallelujah.